So tell us about your poll. Is Dr. Atlas kicking Dr. Fauci's assets?
Good morning, James. Well, the reality is it's a 94% approval for Dr. Atlas and a 6% approval for the dynamic duo of doom, Drs. Fauci and Birx. And, and that's justified because Dr. Atlas has followed science and data all the way through, where Fauci and Birx have engaged in this panic porn kind of idea where they want to arrogate power to the government. They want to scare you to death. They want to lock down everything. They want you to wear masks. They're talking about basically a second lockdown right now. This is what they think works, and there is no data that shows anything about lockdowns except for how bad they work, that they don't work. And so, yeah, of course Dr. Atlas is going to win there because Americans are free. Americans want to be free.
Americans want to be free. When we talk about what's happening in our own state, they're talking about there's a spike in the COVID numbers. But I just discussed the fact that the Arizona Health Department, Department of Health Services, is saying there's only like 35%, 11% occupancy in beds due to COVID. I mean, that's nothing. And yet our schools are still closed. We have teachers that are quitting. We have fear being put into place. So, don't meet with your families over Thanksgiving. Is this just more of a ploy because we're in election season, or are we experiencing a new wave of COVID-19, Congressman?
No, this is people who have power that don't want to give up their power. I mean, so remember this: the lockdowns and the mask mandates were essentially first to preserve PPP and make sure the hospitals didn't go overcrowded. Now, if they don't like the metrics, so the numbers, so now we need to do another lockdown. Now we need to do another mandate. You have Dr. Chris saying, well, it's really small gatherings of families and friends, and that's causing this. That's just absurd. She has no data, no science, nothing to support that. So what do you want to do? So if you can't have small gatherings of families and friends, guess what you get to do? You're going to be isolated. Everybody's going to live in their bathroom. That's because that's the only place you can be. I mean, it's nuts, quite frankly. She's also the one that put out that bad piece at the CDC about 3-4 weeks ago, which has been just totally debunked. So I'm actually baffled at the intensity of their misinformation that they throw out there.
As am I, and it's been demonstrated in court that they have no ties to the cancellation of Governor Ducey having some businesses closed. There's been no studies as to where the COVID came from. It is convoluted. I need to switch gears on you, Congressman. We have heard rumors that the FBI is coming out with some information about China today. Is that more than a rumor, or does it have something to do with Hunter Biden?
I'm hearing the same rumors, but I always go back to my cynicism with Christopher Wray and the FBI. I was told, and you were told that Durham was going to come out and DOJ, because we were told literally a year ago, every week, every Friday, oh, it's going to be coming out. Oh, it's going to be coming out. It never did, and it still never has. So I'm taking this rumor, which I've heard, you've heard, many of us have heard, with a tremendous grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
I just cannot believe it. You've got a huge case, James, a huge case that they're withholding info on.
Well, did you get a chance to catch Tucker Carlson's interview last night with the former Biden business partner? The Bobulinski thing was huge. Our head's going to roll over it.
Well, they should. I didn't see Tucker, but I have read a lot of what Bobulinski has been releasing over the last few days, and he takes this right to the level of absolute corruption of Joe Biden while he's sitting in the vice presidency, and that there is no mistaking about it. And the guy, believe me, he's getting threats like you can't believe, but he's out there because he just said, look, they're lying through their teeth. This is not true. And he's got data, and he's got information, and he's got computers and hard drives that supposedly show all this. And where's the FBI on this? They had the computer of Hunter Biden last December, apparently,
Right.
and have told us nothing about that, and they let the president get impeached over that stuff. So it's frustrating as heck, and it's also more than that. People do need to lose jobs. People do need to. You see it as an abuse of power. That's what I see it as. It's an absolute abuse of power, and actually maybe in some ways conspiratorial.